Online education is a very unique way of doing business, but 99% of the business advice that you'll ever find online is based on more traditional business models, which means that lots of online educators waste time and money building products and systems that are not suited for the world of online education. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes of our $10 million course business to show you how we build and sell our products in a scalable and profitable way. And at the end of the video, I'm even going to show you a very interesting breakdown of our average customer value over time as we built all of these products. In case you don't know me, my name is Olly Richards. I'm the founder of StoryLearning.com. It's a 7-figure online education business. I'm also a mentor and advisor to other online education entrepreneurs. So in Story Learning, where we teach foreign languages, on the front end, we sell one thing and one thing only, which is our core offer. These are our flagship language courses. We have them in 15 different languages: Spanish, French, Russian, Chinese, a lot. If you want to learn a new language, then this is where you would come. It's your first port of call. Each of these courses comes in 4 to 6 levels, and it's very deliberate because it creates a pathway for people to follow. Once you finish level 1, if you like it, the obvious thing to do is to take level 2, then 3, and then 4. From a financial perspective, this offer is the lifeblood of the business. It's what brings in the cash on a daily basis and gives you a business in the first place. Structuring our programs in this way also creates a very natural model for upselling. So when someone enrolls in level 1 of a course, you can probably guess the one-time offer that we make after checkout. If you were to opt into our email newsletter, you'd be taken through an email funnel which is designed to sell you that same program, the core offer. Now, before you say, well, that all sounds very obvious, Ollie, what's important about this structure is what we do not sell. So for example, note that on our website, you cannot buy any of the other offers we have. You won't see them. You may not even know that they exist, even though we make most of our money selling offers other than the core offer. Our big revenue generating products are not on display in the shop window, and there are 3 reasons for this. Number 1, we want to have a core offer on display that represents the essence of what we provide to students. Other offers are primarily designed to be sold to existing customers, people who already understand story learning and don't need any convincing. Number 2, we want to avoid the paradox of choice, where faced with multiple things to buy, people end up buying nothing at all. And number 3, it's on that front end where we will do most of our testing and conversion rate optimization. So it's smart to optimize for operational simplicity right there. If we only sell one thing, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to test. Of these 3 reasons, it's the first that is philosophically the most important one, offering one thing that represents the essence of what we do. I see tons of education businesses who plaster multiple offers all over their website, presumably in the hope that someone will buy something. But all that this says to me is a lack of conviction in who they are, who they help, and what they actually offer. What we're trying to do at Story Learning is construct a world that's so strong and occupy a position in the language niche so clear that anyone who so much as attempts to cross the moat and scale the ramparts will be immediately repelled with a barrage of crossbows, buckets of burning oil, and falling rocks. We're going for depth of concept above all else. I want a new visitor to come to the website and have really only one choice. Of course, that means that the choice you give them has to be a damn good one, but that is the art of building a business, I suppose. Once you get this right and people start buying on site, but also buying into your brand, everything will just start to take off like a rocket ship. I very often meet business owners who don't have this strong, snug product audience fit. And not only does this prevent them from making as much money as they could, it also dilutes their brand and their value proposition, which makes it much harder to get that elusive traction that everyone is always after. Anyway, this is why the core offer matters. And what also matters is that you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, but it will really make me smile. Seriously though, I appreciate the support, as does this lonely cat who's just desperate for you to like this video. He told me so. Now, lying in wait behind the core offer, we have 3 other types of offers, and it's essential to understand how these other offers work because we make more money from these than we do from the core offer. Now, conceptually, the important thing to understand is this. Once we acquire a new customer, in this case by selling our core offer, the way our business makes real money is by offering more to those existing customers. This is direct response marketing theory 101, and it always amazes me how many people don't understand this, or else understand it but don't implement it. If you make less money on the back end than on the front end, your business is dangerously under-optimized. And so it's really important that you construct your offers in such a way that allow you to gain a new customer with a strong core offer and then maximize the value of that customer with back-end offers. It took us many years of product building to get enough stuff in place to be able to sell in the first place. And in large part, this is because we work with 15 languages. So what we really have is 15 separate businesses within one. And we need that entire product ecosystem for all 15 languages. But we are now in a place where we have all that product built now and in the correct order. And honestly, thank goodness for that. So first off, we have our standalone offers. You can think of these as smaller, separate products that address one narrow problem within the overall niche. So for example, whereas our core offer is the straightforward learn a new language offer, a standalone product would be a deep dive into, say, listening skills, grammar, memory, or language learning techniques. These complement the core offer well and simply give people the opportunity to go deeper on an area of interest. So if these products are only sold on the back end, then how do we go about selling them? Well, you can see the full detail on how these products are all structured in my free case study, which has a bunch more explanation and detail. You can find the link to that in the description below. But the basic way that we sell standalone offers is twofold: regular promotions to our email list and as upsells. If we tried to sell all of these things on the front end by having them available on the website, they would probably do okay. But the fact that we instead only offer them to existing customers who we have an established relationship with means they are much easier to sell because people already know what they're going to get and they trust the quality of what we offer. Now, from a business model perspective, these are profit maximizers. Every time we run a promotion to sell these, we make tens of thousands of dollars, which dramatically increases the average value of a customer. When done well over time, it might be the difference between an average customer value of $300 or $1,000. The other benefit of having these products is that we can use them creatively as bonuses and premiums of different kinds. For example, let's say we wanted to run a New Year promotion for our core offer. We might bundle it up with a free standalone offer, put them together to increase the value. It creates a legitimate way of adding value without discounting, which is something that I have strong feelings about. Maybe I'll tell you about that a little bit later. But next up, we have the continuity offer. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with continuity, having tried it in so many different forms over the years. This is largely a problem specific to language learning, the language learning niche, because what tends to happen with language learners is they get all excited about learning a new language, and then a couple of months later, they realize that it's actually really hard work, and then take a break, get bored, and give up altogether and cancel their subscriptions along with it. Language learning is not a straight line of progress. It's an ongoing mindset battle. And of course, you can mitigate this to some degree within your products, but it's a battle that I would rather not fight. And for that reason, I've always found that continuity was challenging because people will inevitably cancel after an average of 3 to 6 months while you have to keep going, keep creating new things and offering new things to people each month for those guys who do stay. Average customer values are lower than you think, and it's a massive psychological drain that can prevent you from focusing on scaling the rest of the business. This speaks to the importance of actually aligning your business model with the learning journey of the customer. And I have a workshop, Business Model Mastery, where I talk about how to design your business model in accordance with how your customers actually learn. I'll put a link to that in the description. It's useful if you want to go deeper on this. But story learning itself took a giant leap forward once we cancelled our membership model back in 2017, 2018. Now, don't be put off by this because in other niches, continuity is completely fine and even preferable. And even if you are in the language niche, you can definitely make continuity work, especially if you're willing to charge less, include some kind of live tutoring offering, which will cut your margin like there's no tomorrow, or are simply the kind of person who likes to serve a group of people day in, day out. Because of all of this, the way that we do the continuity offer in story learning is not strict continuity. I call this hybrid continuity. And what we do is offer live challenges. So for each language we do this in, we have a challenge for each month of the year. And if you're doing the sums, yes, that's a lot of different products. It's not strict continuity though, because we sell each challenge separately. There's no monthly rebill. But it functions in pretty much the same way because most people will take multiple challenges, sometimes all 12 of them. And sometimes that buying cycle could be stretched out over a couple of years, but that's fine by me because customers coming back for more is the lifeblood of the business. And also by making these single purchases rather than a recurring payment, we can charge a lot more because psychologically for a customer, $100 per challenge with the option of skipping whenever they want is far more palatable than committing to a $100 a month continuity or even a $50 a month continuity. That's tough for any niche. However, we can get away with charging $100 for each challenge because of our deep understanding of what customers need, the trust that's already been built because they're existing customers, remember, and of course the magnetic positioning of the story learning brand that I go into in depth in the case study that I mentioned earlier. So when all is said and done, customers do end up paying month in, month out because fundamentally they want what we're offering. From an operational perspective, this is also far easier to manage than an ongoing membership because we've already built all the challenges that run over the course of the year and simply repeat the 12 challenges year after year. So the combination of high prices for monthly challenges together with the upfront revenue that comes from bundles creates a kind of hybrid continuity model that I would guess is 5 to 10 times more profitable than anything similar in our niche. From a business model perspective, think about the continuity offer as a way to enable your customers to continue spending with you over time. This creates a layer of recurring revenue in the business that brings real stability. And as you scale, this predictable revenue allows you to grow your team with stability and predictability. But lastly, we have the high ticket offer. Now, high ticket is kind of an ugly phrase, but at least it does what it says on the tin. Many successful businesses are built entirely on their high ticket offers. And this is another kind of offer that I've had a real love-hate relationship with over the years. Again, mostly due to the peculiarities of the language learning space in particular. We have a number of high ticket offers at Story Learning, one of which is a teaching certification program in which we train people to teach languages. The certification is a lot more high touch, involves more staff, and we treat it conceptually as its own business. From a business model perspective, the function of the high ticket offer is to offer the maximum amount of value you can and charge accordingly. While our core offer sells for around $300, the certification costs $5,000, and it doesn't take a genius to see what this does to average customer value. Now, let me show you something that best demonstrates why having this whole combination of offers is so important. Here you're going to see the chart of our average customer value over a 6-year period from 2015 to 2021. And you can see that up until 2018, the spend per customer is largely flat. But around 2017, 2018, we started in earnest to build out the product ecosystem that I explained in this video. We completed that in around 2020, 2021, and you'll see how the average customer spend, this is how much each individual customer spends with us on average, went up by 3 to 4 times. So just think for a moment, if your customers spent 4 times what they do now, what would that mean for your business? And that, my friend, is exactly why a product ecosystem, well conceived and properly built, is so important. You can think of this part of the ecosystem as a growth fund. It helps you create excess cash flow, which you can either take as dividends or put back into funding growth elsewhere in the business. Now, if you're looking at all of this stuff and thinking, well, how on earth do you find the time and space in the business to actually sell or offer all of these different products? Well, you should check out this video next to find out exactly how we do it.